It is a collection worthy of its own museum. Today, more than 360 artifacts taken from a Rush County farm in 2014 are heading back to China.
As you just said, this is really an incredible story, and our own Rich Nye is here tonight with more on how we got to this point. Rich?
Well, let's go back to where all this started. 91-year-old Donald Miller was a lifelong collector, amassing a collection of tens of thousands of items from around the globe. Just look at this collection. China, Haiti, Australia, Russia, New Guinea, Italy, New Zealand, Puerto Rico, Greece, Peru, just to name a few. Miller's collection was no secret. Friends and neighbors had all seen it. Schools even brought kids on field trips to his home.
I had a head with had a arrowhead stuck in it, just a skull, you know, and all kinds of Indian artifacts, arrowheads to hatchets to peace pipes to just anything.
Experts say much of what he collected came before laws and treaties about such artifacts were in place. In 2013, though, a tip to the FBI revealed Miller also had hundreds of human remains that were not on display, a collection that surprised even seasoned experts.
I'm frankly overwhelmed. I have never seen a collection like this in my entire life.
Before he died, Miller agreed to return the items he likely obtained illegally, which led to the massive operation on his property in 2014. In all, the FBI acquired 7,000 artifacts, most still stored in a warehouse outside Indy. With the help of the IUPUI Anthropology Department, the items were documented and preserved to hopefully one day be returned to their countries of origin.
This has been a one-of-a-kind opportunity for my students to take what they're learning in the classroom and apply it to the real world, but also to apply it to something that is very relevant, very current, and incredibly important. This is as much a human rights issue.
That brings us to today, where 361 artifacts were handed back over to China as officials from both countries signed a repatriation agreement.
It's incredibly important. It's important because of our current climate politically, and it's also important because our Chinese counterparts care deeply about their cultural heritage.
Now, in addition to the artifacts returned to China today, others have already been sent back to Colombia and Peru, but there are still thousands of items being cataloged and trying to figure out from what era they come from and from what part of the world they belong.
It's an amazing collection.
Really it is.
I did want to ask you about those human remains that were found on his property. What's happened to that?
Most of those were Native Americans, and they have been working with the tribes to return those for a proper burial.
I see.
An amazing turn of events. What a collection that is. Thanks so much.